Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring to you not just a message, but a call to awareness, a call to awaken something deep within your spirit, something ancient, something perhaps forgotten in this fast-moving world of distraction, noise, and illusion. The world we know today is bathed in artificial light, constant motion, and an ever-growing disconnect from the natural and spiritual realms. But beneath the surface, whispers grow louder. Across continents, through sacred texts, through prophecies long ignored, a warning has been quietly passed on. A period is coming, one unlike anything we've known, a time when the earth as we know it will be plunged into complete and unrelenting darkness. Not metaphorical darkness, not symbolic, but real physical encompassing darkness. This period has come to be known as the 3 days of darkness. Now, whether you've heard of it before or this is your first time, let me tell you, it is not fiction. It is not science fiction or the plot of a horror film. This is a prophecy so deeply embedded across spiritual traditions and ancient wisdom that it cannot be dismissed lightly. Throughout history, civilizations from vastly different cultures and timelines have described a time of global stillness, of sunless days, of a heavy silence so dense it could suffocate the soul. The Mayans, the Hopi, the Christian mystics, the Islamic scholars, even ancient Hindu texts carry hints of such a period, and what is even more unsettling, they all describe it in eerily similar ways. 3 days. No sunlight, no moonlight, no electricity, nothing but a void of blackness that envelops the earth like a thick blanket. And during these days, the earth will groan, the wind will howl, and humanity will be tested, not in their strength, but in their spirit. There are those who call this a moment of reckoning, a time when the line between good and evil, truth and deceit, faith and fear becomes razor sharp. Not everyone will survive it, not because of physical destruction, but because of what it will demand from the soul. In those days, you will not be able to rely on your phones, your networks, your neighbors even. You will not be able to count on governments or institutions. You will not be able to run to your usual comforts. In fact, many believe that even stepping outside during this time could invite death, not necessarily from what is out there, but from a force we do not fully understand. Some prophecies speak of demonic forces roaming the earth during the darkness. Others say the earth will cleanse itself during this time, and any being not aligned with divine energy will be erased. Some call it judgment, some call it rebirth. But whatever name you give it, the message is the same. Be prepared. Imagine now waking up and realizing that the light of the sun is gone. Not for an hour or two, but for 3 whole days. You step outside, but the air is cold and still. The birds no longer sing. There is no sound, only the pounding of your own heart in your ears. The streets are empty. Power has failed. Communication has ceased. You try to reach out, but everything is disconnected. And worse, you begin to hear things, voices in the dark, distant knocks, echoes of something unnatural outside your window. You pray it's the wind. You pray it's your imagination. But something tells you this is the moment they warned you about. The truth is, fear will be the greatest enemy during the darkness. Not demons, not spirits, not even the lack of light, but fear. Because fear will make you forget your faith. It will make you open doors you were warned to keep closed. It will make you scream into a void where silence is safety. This is not a time to search outside for answers. This is a time to go inward, to search your soul, to confront your shadows, to find the light that cannot be extinguished even when the sun fails. In many religious traditions, the number 3 is sacred. 3 days of resurrection, 3 nights of transformation, 3 acts of divine intervention. The 3 days of darkness are seen by many as not just a punishment, but a divine reset. A moment where the world pauses, recalibrates, and invites a higher order to take over. But like all transformations, it comes with pain, with uncertainty, with surrender. You may be asking, why would something like this happen? Why would a loving creator, a balanced universe, allow such fearsome days to occur? And the answer is simple: because we have drifted too far. We have polluted the earth. We have worshipped false idols. We have forgotten compassion, community, and conscience. We have replaced wisdom with data, faith with cynicism, connection with convenience. This darkness, in many interpretations, is not random. It is a consequence. It is a mirror held up to our collective soul. But it is also a gift, a terrible, necessary gift. For in complete darkness, you discover what is truly within you. The masks fall away, the noise is silenced, and what remains is either fear or faith. Those who have prepared spiritually, emotionally, energetically will use this time as a sacred retreat. They will not cry out. They will not panic. They will light a single candle, sit with their families in prayer, and trust. Trust that the dawn will come. Trust that they are protected. Trust that light, no matter how hidden, always returns. It is said that those who remain indoors, who avoid looking out into the darkness, who do not open their doors to the voices of deception, will be safe. But that safety will not come from locked doors. It will come from what resides in their hearts. Preparation is not just about physical supplies, although it is wise to be ready. It is about preparing your soul, releasing resentment, letting go of hatred, mending broken relationships, realigning with divine purpose. These are the shields that will guard you during the darkness. Not walls, not weapons, not wealth. In this modern world, we laugh at such ideas. We scoff at ancient warnings. We have become so intoxicated with our own intelligence that we forget the wisdom that came before. But when the lights go out and the sky turns black and the silence becomes louder than any scream, it is then that we will remember. There are those among us who already sense it. Sensitive souls, children who dream of shadows, elders who speak in parables, people who look at the sun and feel something changing. You can feel it in the air. Something is coming. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, but it is approaching. And when it does, no amount of logic will save you. Only love will. What you do now matters more than ever. The days before the darkness will be filled with signs, sky phenomena, sudden weather shifts, a stillness that doesn't make sense, animals behaving strangely. Trust your instincts. Listen to the wisdom that is trying to reach you, not through news, not through headlines, but through your own spirit. And when it begins, when the world falls silent, do not run, do not scream, do not beg. Sit down, breathe, remember this moment, and remember that you were told, you were warned, and you were loved enough to be given this chance to survive, not just physically, but spiritually. Because when the third day ends and the light finally pierces the blackened sky once more, the world that emerges will not be the same. It will be cleaner, lighter. Some say only the righteous will remain. Others say the earth itself will decide who returns to its soil. Either way, we are being given an invitation, an opportunity to reset our course. But the time to prepare is not during the darkness. It is now, right now. You must choose. Will you be a soul of fear or a soul of light? Will you cling to your pride or will you surrender to faith? Will you try to control the uncontrollable or will you anchor yourself in inner peace? The choice is yours, and that choice must be made before the last sunrise, because when the sun disappears, so too will your illusions, and all that remains will be truth, raw divine truth. So I speak to you now with urgency, but also with hope. The 3 days of darkness are not just an end. They are a threshold, and every threshold is a beginning. Will you cross it in fear or in faith? Let your heart be your compass. Let your soul be your shield. Let your spirit be your guide. And no matter how dark it gets, remember, the light is coming, and it will shine for those who chose to believe before they saw it. Thank you.